Diane Mourglia-Swerdlow with another edition of HealthyLivingForExpansions.com. Today we are going to make spinach pie, which is one of my favorites. So I have some olive oil here in the bottom of my frying pan, getting hot, and I have chopped up 2 onions, which I'm going to put in and start sauteing, along with about a half a bulb of garlic. Put this in here. And I can saute around just a little bit. And it smells really delicious. It's too bad we don't have smell-o-vision yet, but one of these days I'm sure we will. Then here I have a 9 by 12 pan, and I have some phyllo dough, which I'm going to unroll. And again, I'm not the master of phyllo dough, as many of you will attest to if you've seen my cooking videos before. So, I'm just going to take a sheet and I'm going to start lining the bottom. And if it breaks apart, don't worry, you just kind of patch it in and fill in where you can. And I do a sheet at a time because, again, it helps keep the carbs down. So if I can peel it apart, that's what I do. Alright. Okay, let's get another sheet or 2. And like I said, you just kind of work with what you can, and if it crumbles apart, it doesn't really matter in the long run. And I just kind of try to put it up over the edges a little bit. Let's see, let's put it this way. Because the onions going and our garlic, because we're going to be putting everything on top of it anyway. And if you're wondering where to find this, usually this is in the dessert or fruit section of your supermarket. Sometimes I get lucky and I get more than other times, but as far as being able to peel it apart, it kind of is what it is. Alright. Then I have actually 3 bags, or actually here with boxes of spinach. It's about 30 ounces altogether. And I've drained the liquid out just by squeezing it. And I just put that in the bottom. Spread it out. Now, if you want to get fancy, there's a lot of things you could do, a lot of variations. For example, if you like eggs, I would say to take 3 or 4 eggs and beat them up, and you could pour it over, and you'd have almost like a little quiche. Make a really nice dinner. You could add some chopped meat in here of any kind that you want: turkey, chicken, beef, buffalo, pork. Whatever you like to eat. You could also add that in here as well, and it would make an excellent complete meal along with your eggs if you wanted to. I'm going to fold this up because if you leave this out too long, it's going to all mush together. You can see this is already starting to get a little soggy there, so I want to fold that up and stick that back in my freezer. Okay, let's keep our eye on the onion and the garlic. And in the meantime, I have my my oven preheating to 425, and I'll bake it about 20 minutes or so, not a long time. Alright, then my only seasoning that I'm going to be using is some organic white onion granulated. And again, depending on what you like, so how much you want to put on. You can also put in garlic powder if you like. And just kind of see what you have in your cupboard and what you and or your family like. And then I take my black pepper and I liberally sprinkle it on, and my sea salt. Again, kind of liberally sprinkle it on because that's all going to melt in there when you bake it in the oven. So maybe somewhere around a half to a teaspoonful, depending upon what you like. And by now, my onion and my garlic are starting to turn translucent. Now, in my family, not everybody likes the onion and the garlic on, and there's 4 of us, so I divide my spinach pie into 4ths, and on 3/4 I put the onion and the garlic. And on 1/4 I leave that blank for that person. And we like quite a bit of it, but again, it's up to you how much you like. So I'm going to make sure I don't have it in that last 1/4. But as you can see, I put in a nice amount. Okay, let's set this aside. And then, now again, if you wanted to put eggs on it or meat, this is where I would put that in. Beat up, I'd say 3 or 4 eggs. Just put that over, put your sausage, your bacon, your chicken, your turkey, whatever. Now's the time to add that on. And then you want to put your cheese. And generally, I like a white cheese of some kind. So sometimes I do Swiss, sometimes I do Gouda. This happens to be Havarti. But whatever kind of cheese that you like, and somewhere close to about 8 ounces. And there's my oven telling me that it is warmed up and ready and waiting. So put this on there, and then what I do is I take my crust and I just move it on over the top. Like I said, not fancy, but it's going to be delicious. And then we're going to bake it for about 20 minutes at 425, and then it's going to be ready for dinner. So here we go, into the oven. All right, let's check to see our timer's gone off. For about 20 minutes. Oh, that looks perfect. And see, it looks beautiful. So let's take it over here. Okay, remember I told you not everybody likes the onion and the garlic in it, so I'm going to cut it here, and you can see the area that doesn't have the onion and the garlic. Cut down that. It's nice and hot. Oops, let's get that off that person's. And I'm going to make 2 dinners out of it because we're 4 people. I'm going to make 8 pieces. Everybody will have a piece tonight, and then I'll have a piece for tomorrow night. So if I can do things with leftovers, that's helpful. And okay, here comes a piece out. So you can see how nice it is. It's just one of our favorites. Let's get the onion off for that person. Like I said, you could have a whole dinner here depending on how creative you want to be and what you like. And 1 more piece to go. Now, I have set out here also a jar of marinara sauce because some people, such as myself, like to have marinara sauce on it. It kind of makes it like a little pizza. And let me grab a spoon. And so I'm going to put a couple spoons on mine, and a couple spoons on this one, and add a bowl of soup or something else, and you have a beautiful meal. And that's it. So enjoy your spinach pie. I know I'm going to. Take care. This is Diane Mourglia-Swerdlow with Expansions.com.